Mike, I just want to say it's an interesting time to be talking about sort of global versus domestic because, of course, you do have domestic security in the U.S. Fracking is a big part of that, these new technologies. I want to address the kind of growing push against fracking, concerns on a bunch of levels. You've got a stated view on that front, but how serious do you take it when you hear some presidential candidates saying fracking should be banned?
Well, we take it very seriously. In fact, we will put out a report next week that is on this topic and what it would actually mean if there was a fracking ban in the United States. The first thing that you need to know is that about 95% of the wells in the United States are currently fracked. So this isn't some obscure technology. In addition to that, our study is going to show that about 7.5 million jobs are at risk in this country if there was going to be a fracking ban. In addition to that, household energy costs will increase about 50%, and farm income in particular is what we're really worried about. Farm income could go up go down very, very significantly if these proposals were to be put into effect.
You say that, but this is the perennial fight, right? At least it has been for a long time. It's clear the country is going in one direction. How can you stave it off for much longer?
Well, look, I mean, I do think that it is a perennial fight, of course, and the fight is really between those who don't think that the United States should use its resources and those who think that we should maximize those resources. You know, truly the effect that this has been on the American economy has been tremendous. And from a national security perspective, it's been great, too.
Well, put some numbers on those claims. What has it actually meant in terms of GDP growth? And when you say national security, what exactly do you mean?
Well, you think about where we were just 10 short years ago, where we were held hostage frequently to rogue regimes in the Middle East that did not have America's interests in mind. If we were where we were 10 years ago, think about what would have happened if Iran went offline because of sanctions, or Venezuela went offline because of a rogue regime there, or even Russia because of sanctions, or even, for that matter, what happened recently in Saudi Arabia when 50% of the world's oil production went offline because of a bomb from Iran. If that had happened just 10 short years ago, we would have seen a doubling of oil prices. What do you think that would have done to American GDP or American jobs at that point?
But it's not comparable. It's just not, you can't say, you know, if 10 years ago the situation had been like it is now, then this would have happened.
Well, it absolutely is comparable. I mean, if you think about the fact that the United States has doubled the amount of oil that we produce in this country in just 10 short years, the supply shock was much less significant, particularly during that Iran attack. We saw about an $8 spike in the price of oil, and it went down a week later. And that is truly because of American supply that has come online just in the last 10 years.